So first we're gonna go and deal with the sacrifice people. The blood sacrifices. Up here. I forget what this place is called. Ethic Knoll, I think, maybe? Something like that? Ethic Knoll? And I wonder if we can just convince these people to, like, I don't know, kill themselves. This is kind of dark, but this place in particular definitely has, like, the layout of, you know, a dungeon that you'd have to, like, fight through. Keeper Garost. Be welcome, Estremore. Okay. So, he's up here, right? Yes, we'll go up here. But, because we're such high level, there's a chance we could just, like, speak to them and talk to them about it. Obviously, we don't want to kill everybody in here. We just gotta kill the leader. Dude. This guy. So, I'll get up here. Yeah, right there is good. You return. Here to make a sacrifice or merely to observe? Baroth believes it's time you paid your dues. Reshton grunts. Then he can descend from his mighty pantheon and tell me himself. Actually, that's why I'm here.
Since when do the gods send mortals to collect? You don't exactly look like the Pallid Knight. This is the trouble with deities. They meddle in a world that they don't even inhabit. I hope they promised you something better for your next life.
They did not. Okay, so we're gonna have to kill everybody, it looks like. Is that guy dead already? I don't know what's going on. Do that. Go ahead and do this. And again. You can take that. I think he's still alive. Yeah. Go ahead and do one of these. Alright, everybody on him. He is dead. There we go. Quest updated. Go kill the chanter here. Good. Good murder. It's all good. Okay. He had Purgatory. A saber. Oh, it's got a long story. Jesus. Alright. In a monastery overlooking Coldflow Lake from the foothills of the White March, there once resided a clandestine order of monks known as the Thousand Dreams. Through a powerful form of pain-induced meditation, these monks were able to walk through their past lives as though they were dreams. Each traversed these memories in ultimate hopes of achieving complete understanding of his or her soul's identity. They believed that after experiencing 1,000 lifetimes, total enlightenment could be attained. Greatest of their sect was Rymrgand, who had an ancient soul and was said to have walked more lifetimes than any other. But when she came to the end of all her lifetimes and found that there was no more to experience, it became clear that she would never come to know herself completely, for there was simply not enough to learn from. Unable to accept this fate after her endless trials, Rymrgand sought a way to take the experience of others for her own, that she might reach 1,000 lifetimes yet. She channeled her unquenchable hunger into her favorite sword, and it became an instrument of her will. With it, she claimed many lives in the surrounding area. Each drop of blood on her blade was a new experience, each killing blow a new lifetime for her to claim. When the rest of the Thousand Dreams came to learn of her actions, they banded together and confronted Rymrgand upon her return to the temple. In the end, amid a courtyard of slain monks, she did indeed come to understand her soul, and it is said that among the many experiences contained in the blade are all those of Rymrgand herself. The blade itself is a simple saber with a worn leather grip and an inset ebony hilt. The sword becomes hot to the touch when its wielder's foes are vanquished. Interesting. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. No problem.
I don't think we're going to... Is everybody going to attack us now? Yes, they are. Okay. Well, if that's the case... We also didn't have everybody with us, I guess. If that's the case, we're going to take everything. No more than I deserve. Take it all. It's all mine. Now, what's the quickest route out of here? So that goes around and around, or that goes... they're probably about the same. Let's go this way. Alright, there we go after this guy. Here we go. Like, I don't want to kill anybody any more in here than we have to, so we're just gonna make, you know, quick right out. I mean, obviously we took that stuff because, you know, pay our dues, or they need to pay their dues. But most of these guys aren't bad people. I don't think. No, I didn't want to kill her. That's kind of dark. She's pregnant. No, she's dead now. Oh well. I've lost reputation. Oh boy. Huh? I don't know what that guy was doing. He was just trying to blend in. Sorry, Keeper Garost. He seemed like an alright guy.
How may I help?
Alright. So we dealt with them. How do I see my reputations? I haven't really ever looked at those, have we? Party reputations. Look at this. We're a hero in Twin Elms. Hero in Deerford Village. A champion in Gilded Vale. So a champion's better than a hero, it looks like. We're a friend to Defiance Bay. Hero to the Dozens. Neutral to House Dominel. A terror to Ethic Knoll. Overwhelmingly bad. Ooh. Hero to the Ovates of the Golden Grove. That's going to change soon. Neutral to the Fang. And a champion to Stalwart. Awesome. Oh, we had elapsed time. 6 months, 12 days, 3 hours, 52 minutes, and 4 seconds. So it's been 6 months since we've been here. That's actually really cool to know. I like that we can find that out. I really like that, actually. It was something I was wondering about on my own time. Or maybe I mentioned it in a video. I don't remember. Made so many videos. It's hard to remember. We're getting close to my 1 year anniversary, too, of posting videos. That'll be on the August 29th was when I posted the first Outer Worlds video a year ago. Ah, man, it's quite a ride.
Hey.
Okay, so we've killed them. I guess we'll go to Noonfrost now and do that quest. How do I get to Noonfrost? I think you have to go over here, right? Yeah. So we go up here. Old song. And we're going to do the same thing in Noonfrost. We're going to try and kill as few people as possible to complete our goal. Hopefully we'll be able to convince the elves to just stop. Since we were able to do that in the vision. And maybe we won't even have to fight at all. That'd be a nice change, right? Although it's unlikely to happen, right? I mean, usually we have to fight something. Can I talk to you about it? You again? There's nothing else to see here. The inner halls are still closed. I'm looking for the frost-hewn breach. The barest flush rises in her pale cheeks. As I said, only the shrine in the eastern wing is open. The rest of the temple is closed to visitors right now. I suggest that you make your devotions there and leave. Her eyes dart between the two doors on either side of the room, if that's all. Alright, I guess we're gonna have to fight him.
This won't stop me for long.
Okay. We'll take that. And we'll take that. I didn't want to have to fight you guys, but you left me little choice. Suppose we could have checked the other way too.
This won't stop me for long.
There's a guy in here.
Why
Oh, it's
not?
gonna be trapped, isn't it?
I'll see what I can
No?
find.
Okay.
This won't stop me for long.
Ooh, a key. White crystal key. Nice. Thick patches of fur cling to the tent leather. Despite the chills, the bedrolls feel warm inside. That's really good, actually, that they do. They should, probably. They'd be pretty bad, bedrolls if they didn't.
Would you look at this? So
Ooh.
silent.
Good thing I checked. Ooh, a windwalker. Quarterstaff. Ismaer was a wizard from the White That Wins. Later in life, he developed an obsession with Rymrgand, convinced that if he could see the great aurochs with his own eyes, the mysteries of creation and destruction would become clear to him. He wandered the frozen continent for decades, with little more than his quarterstaff, Windwalker, and his sealskin coat, chasing the rumors of Glam tribes that dealt cold gales, and the death cold gales that swept the glaciers. A migrating tribe eventually came upon Windwalker, planted in the snow and pointing to the sky. There was no sign of Ismar, but the legend spread that he had found Rymrgand and now follows in the shadow of the mighty beast. Cool. It's mine now. Sorry, buddy. I thought we could talk to you. I should have just snuck by you. Ooh, books. Winter's Woes. That's a grimoire. Give that to you. Frost smudged with handprints covers these books. Okay. Seal the frost-hewn breach. Okay. Hello. We've only killed 2 people, so that's not bad. As long as these guys don't die. Glassval. As you near the platform, the temperature drops sharply. Something saps every last bit of warmth from the air, leaving the breath of your lungs cold as it escapes your lips. You see a doorway filled in with glowing ice. Silhouetted against it is an elven man, his arms outstretched.
Gods, it's gotten hard to concentrate. You shouldn't be here, traveler. And the others of my clan won't be so lenient if they find you sneaking around.
The pale elf turns to look at you, exhaustion written on his elegant face. He rubs one red eye with the heel of his hand, and you notice that his little finger has shriveled to a blackened nub. Rymrgand sent me to close the frost-hewn breach. What's going on here? We're reaching out to Rymrgand. That way, the last way we know how. He turns back to the frozen arch. Please, I must concentrate. I'll go then. Can I have a different conversation with you? Okay, good. Whew. Again, I must focus. Please leave, quietly, if you don't mind. Rymrgand sent me to close the frost-hewn breach. His red eyes widen. You are a woman of compassion. Would you trap us here another 100 lifetimes? He shakes his head, weariness creeping back into his eyes. We can't continue like this. We've got to find a way into the White Void. The White Void?
Rymrgand's domain. A place where all things are mingled like snowflakes in a blizzard. It's a vortex of such chaos that even the beast of winter himself could not calculate the trajectory. the infinite particles of essence there. As souls are broken down over successive reincarnations, they become part of the White Void. It is a place where all things find perfect unity and freedom. The Frost-Hewn Breach is a weak spot in the barrier between us and the White Void. Thin ice on a frozen lake. We've come from the White that wends to find it.
And you want to open the breach?
So that we can die permanently.
Oh, God.
We've lived more lifetimes than any mortal should. We've been faithful followers of Rymrgand since our earliest incarnations. He's the god of entropy. Why would he force us to be reborn again and again? But if anything could pass through the Frost-Hewn Breach, it would enter directly into the White Void. This death is overdue for us. We just have to find a way through.
Tell me about you and your people.
We call ourselves Glam Phantoms. Most here know us as Pale Elves. We hail from the White that wends, a glacial continent at the southernmost edge of Aora.
Sagani nods. They're nomads. Hardy lot. Some of the tribes occasionally spend a season in southern Nasatek.
We received a watcher in our lands a season ago and paid her to tell us of the origins of our souls. We wanted to contemplate the essence that fills us and consider how Rymrgand might shatter and sow us once our days are spent. We were not prepared for what we learned.
He bows his head and presses his bloodless lips together. I don't think the Watcher was, either. She explained that every one of us had been reborn whole into the clan over centuries, generations spanning back to the first days our people set foot on the White that wends. We had all been cut off from the mercy of our God promises. That night, we began awakening, experiencing fragments of our past lives, old hatreds, dead passions, tangled memories. It illuminated nothing but the realization that we're doomed to live 1,000 pointless lives, never closer to Rymrgand's salvation. Alos's lips are pressed together, thin and bloodless. A dark expression hangs in his eyes. We want to die. We want Rymrgand to scatter our souls into the ether, that their million fragments might join with the White Void. He looks at his hands and the single frostbitten finger. My magic hasn't found a way through the Frost-Hewn Breach yet, but there must be one. You can't oppose the will of a god. He laughs, but his eyes do not. You think that because Rymrgand spoke to you in a dream, you can march in here and tell us about his will? Yes. Or that your elegant words will direct our faith? We've followed him and suffered by him for almost as long as this temple has stood. Now we seek the very end that he promises. Do not lecture me about my duties to my god. If Rymrgand wished for your souls to enter the White Void, wouldn't he make it so? I don't pretend to understand his will, and neither should you. Resolve, yep. So we should live another 100 lifetimes of toil, in devotion to a god who will not even deign to give us a reason? He heaves a sigh, clouding the air between you. We've been faithful to Rymrgand all these generations, and even now, it's his mercy we seek, and these centuries are but the blink of an eye to one who is eternal. He looks at the drawn, haggard faces of his people. If it is Rymrgand's will, we'll go back to the White that wins. Perhaps one day he'll reward our endurance. They turn to leave, shuffling through the noon frost's ice-slick halls. Good. We only had to kill 2 of them. See ya. This is a really cool temple. I like it. It's a really cool god, actually. I kind of wish I was worshipping them. The ice is hard and solid as stone. Hard and solid as stone. The gleaming wall of ice seems to leach all the warmth from the room. The cold sears your skin, and you draw back before touching it. Alright. A pedestal of black ice rises from the floor. Long finger-like ice crystals, as hard and clear as diamond, surround and pierce the altar. A hole has been gouged out of the middle of the altar, though it can't be more than a few inches deep. It sucks at the air around you. Plug the hole with Rymrgand's shard. The shard fits perfectly. As it settles into place, the cold around the altar dissipates. Similarly, the portal before you seems to thicken, and the mysterious seepage tapers off. There we go. We've done our task. And I guess we can just take everything in the temple now, right? Should have
This won't
that
stop
ability.
me for long.
Hopefully there's not... I mean, I guess there's more people in here who fight me than they fight me and I have to kill them. Trap detected.
There, done.
A lot of locked doors in here.
There, done.
Awa, a young Orlan scrambles on the stone floor, pressing her back against the wall and baring her teeth at you. Her fur is patchy and matted. As you step into the room, she squints and turns her large ears toward you. A heavy sigh escapes her tiny body. Beasts take me. My eyes mistook you for one of them. Please, get me out of here. What happened to you? When Noonfrost began freezing the lake, my sister, Lara, sent me to seek out the cause. She scowls at the dingy room. The pale elf Estremoran seized me before I could report back. These pale elves are behind it. They showed up in Twin Elms not long ago, saying they wanted to see to the upkeep of Noonfrost. I don't know how, but they opened the frost-hewn breach at the back of the temple, sucks warmth and life straight into the frozen god's barren domain. She shivers. They've got to be stopped. It's only a matter of time before the cold spreads further. Make a run for it. Go! It isn't safe yet. Wait here. Tell me about the people that captured you. She snarls, her pointed teeth flashing. A clan of pale elves from the White that wins. Devotees of Rymrgand, or so they claim. Their actions suggest other intent. They've come ready to fight. Wizards, priests, and paladins. A wizard named, Glassfell leads them. A man obsessed with the frost-hewn breach. My ears hear him through the walls, casting spells and calling upon strange powers. I don't know what he wants with it, but no good can come of it. Can you tell me anything about the frost-hewn breach? She shakes her head. Not really. Something to do with Rymrgand, the beast of winter. I follow Galloway myself. Make a run for it. Go. She turns toward the hall, her large ears angled forward. As fast as my feet can carry me, she scrambles for the exit on emaciated arms and legs. At the door, she glances back at you. Thank you, Estermore, and be careful. She melts into the shadows. Cool. That was a new quest. Hopefully she gets out. I think everybody's gone now.
Why not? There.
Return to Lara in the maw. Where the hell's the maw at?
This won't stop me for long.
Blue crystal key. We got in here. Another key. Silver key. Another book. Water drips from the edges of the alcove. It's not good for a bookshelf. And I think that's the shrine there that we were allowed to go to before. Yep, that's everything. Okay, let's leave. Go back to the shrine and talk to yet another god. We're a popular person. Hello, Awa. The Orlan stands under the open sky, taking deep breaths of fresh air. Feels like I've been reborn. She thumps you on the shoulder. Come by the maw sometime. The rest of the Fangs will want to meet the cunning Estermore who freed me. Is the maw this thing? Yeah. Sure, I'll go. I guess we'll stop by there on our way. No big deal. I think... Was the person we got to meet, is she the one that's with the lioness? Soul, I think was its name? Yeah, that was its name. But just to make sure, let's look around here. Now, we never, went around this whole place. Lara, there you are. May their blood freeze in their veins.
Tread carefully, Estremor.
An Orlan woman stands ankle deep in the sand, sharpening a spearhead. You must be Bethwell's new Estremor. Truth. When I heard she'd let another in, I almost went to the passage of the six myself to share words. She points at the flint spearhead at you. Well, good thing you didn't, because I found Alwa. A breath catches in her throat. Your own eyes have seen her? I freed her from Noonfrost. She's just enjoying the fresh air before she returns. She releases a gasp of relief. You've accomplished a great service for the Fangs and for me. Laura takes another deep breath. I was wrong about you, Estermore. I did not see you truly. Please, accept a gift worthy of your honor and skill. Well, thank you. And look, proof. Perfect. Got a good bit of experience there. Quest done here. The road to Redflower Lake turned out to be even more dangerous than the elders of the kind wayfarers had expected. They believed that the attack against Adram Defar's funeral procession had been carried out by ogres. Instead, Maneha and the kind wayfarer initiates discovered Eotans, twisted two-headed ogres of incredible size and ferocity. Recovering the paladin's body was costly, with 5 more initiates dying in the process. In the end, Maneha and 7 kind wayfarers reached Redflower Lake. There, they held a service for Adram Defar and the others that died to make their way to the summit. On the way back down, the initiates placed marked cairns along the trail to indicate where it had been cleared by the kind wayfarers and at what cost. When it had been cleared. Yeah. And we got some boots. Patchwork boots. Plus 25 defense against weakened attacks and exalted hands. Cool. Awesome. Anything else in here? Still, nope, just that. Okay. Still got our hirelings. We're still good. Okay. Can't steal from you guys. That's unfortunate. The coarse sand offers modest cushioning. It shifts in size underfoot.
Estermore.
You're always welcome here, Kered. What are you doing here? My stocks equip my brethren in the Fangs, and my hands train them to fight, hunt, and track with skill and stealth. She glances at Awa. Awa sighs. I hear your words, sister. What purpose brings you here? Tell me about the Maw. An ancient place of beasts and dangers. As followers of the clever hound, we assemble and train here as hunters, warriors, and defenders of the Builder's sacred places. She draws her whetstone across the spearhead. We believe in action over talk, and many of our number are more eager to exchange blood than words. Thankfully, however, the tension has lessened due to your intervention with the beasts. Do you have any supplies for sale? Only the finest. Gun? 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 I swear to God, this game. It's letting me down. It's got some interesting things here. Bleak Fang. Let's check the armor and shields. I doubt we'll have anything new that's better than what we already have, but here's some light armor. +2 to stealth. What are you wearing? You're wearing the Jack of Wide Waters. This has better damage reduction. It has better survival. This is better stealth. Gives you movement speed. I think you're fine with what you have. And what about the shield? Is it cool? Grants Harbinger. It's a cool looking shield. Well, at least that part of it is. We do need a new camping supply. Let's go ahead and buy that. We'll buy some more of these too, because we might be out of those. All those. There we go. Alright.
Hey.
Let us return to Rymrgand. Or Rymrgand. Whatever. They said the name. I think it's Rymrgand. Rymrgand. And then we have to go to Elmshore, do that part, and I guess we'll return to Defiance Bay as well. Since we're going in that direction, we go to Elmshore. In Cadnua, do everything down there. I think when we return here, that'll probably be for the end. Because I'm pretty sure Barrier Isle is the end of the game when we go there and go down the pit. So we're getting pretty close. I wonder if we're gonna... I don't know. I doubt we'll make it to 100 episodes. I guess it really depends on how much new stuff is in Defiance Bay. I think there's going to be at least one more quest I do for the dozens. Or maybe 1 or 2. It's gonna be more I do for the dozens, I'm sure. Because I feel like I remember doing more for the Crucible Nights when I was in my first playthrough of the game. After the riots calmed down. But I guess we'll find out. We also got to go all the way back to Roderick's keep and deal with that again. That should be fun too. Return all the way to the Gilded Vale. But none of that should take too long with how powerful we are now. Alright, I am done, Mr. Rymrgand. You pray again, and the vision of the white plain emerges. The driving wind returns in a chaos of whirling snow. Something moves at the center of the blizzard, plodding but relentless. As the snowstorm gets closer, you see an aurochs, as colossal and slow as a glacier. Its shaggy white hair is matted with frost, but beneath it, ribs like a ship's frame protrude. Visible puffs of air issue from Sagani's gaping mouth. It's the beast of winter. A man, emaciated and almost naked, huddles at the beast's legs. His body is scored with lash marks, and his nose and ears have been carved from his face. His black eyes pierce the whiteout. Aloth leans forward. By the wheel. It's Skane. The aurochs stops and stands before you, enveloping you in the violet blizzard that surrounds it. Though its mouth does not move, the beast speaks in a deep, thunderous voice.
A clan of Glam Phantoms ventured from the White Fat Wens to find the crack in the ice. When you sealed it, you damned their souls to a slow weathering here. One they had sought to escape.
Their souls will eventually break down. That was your vision. That was what your vision directed. The souls will eventually break down.
Entropy is not the sudden, violent combustion of heat and flame. It is a slow progression. Fragment by fragment, the elements wear even the mountains to dust. I have watched you. Your ways are patient, but unstoppable.
The scarred man snickers. The world shudders beneath you, and a great crack echoes across the white expanse. The ice splits at your feet, waves lapping through the rifts. A low, melancholy voice rises from the depths. Hi, Andra.
I did not expect we would meet again so soon. You destroyed the army that threatened your life.
I didn't think we would either, but I'm told I need your help. No thanks to you. You set me up to die. When I get done here, I'm gonna settle the score. You can count on it. I mean, I am pretty upset about that, but no thanks to you.
I gave you the means to solve your problem. Be grateful I allowed you to survive the ordeal. You would not be here if you did not require our aid.
Why don't you come over here and say that to my face?
What is it you seek?
The thousands of souls that Theos has stolen from Boudica. Theos Ix Arcanon, the man responsible for my current plight. Understanding of who I was and what my past means now. Theos.
Yet there is a greater plot at work here, Watcher.
Skane's BD.
Theos acts not for himself. He is the Burned Queen's quiet slave. A master of secrets and schemes.
Skane's beady black eyes glint.
Theos is a winter gale, unseen by the world even while he carves and shapes it. Boudica directs him, sending him to wipe her enemies from Aora.
And Animancy as well. He would see those secrets lost, the knowledge forgotten.
The waves whisper. Pelagina turns to you and speaks softly through a smug grin. If I don't make it through this, assuming it's not too much to ask, please tell the Dukes that I did tell them so.
And he would see his mistress grow fat on the essence of thousands. For her, he has harvested the unborn souls of the Deerwood.
It's impossible to tell whether Skane's ragged expression is a smile or a snarl. What now? What does Boudica want with these souls? What does she want with the souls?
To consume them, to collect her evaporating power, rebuilding what the turning ages have stripped from her.
The gaunt aurochs seems to sigh as freezing winds tug at its fur.
She would reclaim her status like an island of silt dredged from the sea.
With this fresh, raw essence, Boudica will seize power over those gods and kith who have refused to acknowledge her authority, the ultimate act of vengeance.
Why does Theos hate animancy?
He believes that some knowledge is best lost to mortals.
The waves break quietly against the ice for several seconds.
More importantly, Boudica despises it, and he yields to the will of the exiled queen in all things.
He mimes an exaggerated bow. I realize his methods have been questionable, but mightn't he be right? What now?
Theos has removed these souls from the cycle. They are ice melting in the sun. Let them fade.
Rymrgand's deep, slow voice echoes across the glacier.
Let them forget this world and be forgotten.
Waves crash in agreement.
Take the souls she so desires and grind them into dust. Let her see her careful schemes thoroughly ruined.
Skane grins, still huddled next to one of the beast's woolly legs. Ground to dust, is it? This skulking thing, at least it is honest. I like not the sound of this. For several seconds, the waves wash quietly against the ice, and the aurochs stand silently amidst the churning flurries.
It is the destiny of all things to crumble and join the chaos that follows this world. Some seek it willingly, as you have seen.
To mingle, roiled and stirred by the tides of the universe. It is not an unkind fate.
You would give these souls the very fate you sought to deny the Glam Phantom pilgrims?
I am the beast of winter. I neither speed nor alter my path for the whims and desires of kith. I take souls at the time of my choosing, be it mote by mote or in a sudden tempest of chaos.
These souls, they have already forgotten their place in this world. They have been lost to existence. Let them be memorialized and mourned for an age and then forgotten entirely.
Why do you oppose Boudica?
She desires to order chaos and shackle the agents of change in the world. Under her, all things would remain static and frozen according to her laws.
The oryx shakes its hoary mane, exposing its prominent ribs.
Even now, she only barely keeps the pact of the gods to leave the affairs of kith in mortal hands. She moves in Theos where she cannot move directly.
And so we call on you to do the same. Such are the schemes of the queen that was.
I'll seek Theos in sun and shadow.
When you reach the burial isle, we will send lost souls to guide you through the pit. This is our gift to you. What you do after you face Theos will be your choice. But we would have you set the stolen essence adrift.
And whether you would heed us or no, understand that our end comes to all things eventually. Help us achieve it, and we shall reward you now with a power to rival Theos's.
But do not choose lightly. We forget nothing, least of all a betrayal.
I need to think about this.
Do not wait forever. We wait, but Theos does not.
Rymrgand continues toward you, swallowing you in a blinding, deafening snowstorm. You experience a dizzying, exhilarating disorientation, oblivious to the landscape around you and even the reality of your own body. You hear a noise that could be the shrieking winds or Skane's screeching cackle, and then it recedes with everything else. Rymrgand reappears in the distance, trudging away from you, and the whiteout follows him. As the vision of the snow fades, it leaves in its wake the flagstones of Terror Evron. Okay. So we have one more thing to do, and that's for Barath. That's at Elmshore. So that's where we're headed now, all the way to Elmshore. And then we've got a lot to do outside of Twin Elms before we return. Got a ton to do. Hopefully it'll all be just like checking boxes off a list sort of thing. Although we do still have to find, like, the rest of the sword from the Endless Path. I thought we had all the pieces, but I might have to look up where the pieces are and which ones we have. That way we don't spend an entire episode wandering the Endless Path looking for it. Alright. Elm Shore. That's going to take us 13 hours. Let's go. Alright, so now we have to find this lady. Where would she be? She's not a young antelope. I don't think. Elder boars. Nope. Okay. I feel like this is supposed to be like a door. Looks like a door, doesn't it? It's got even like little... like a stone entryway sort of thing. Aha! High Ovate Arona. An elf stands on a dais in the middle of a clearing. The ground is blanketed with leaves in various shades of russet and gold. Her eyes are closed and her arms folded in front of her. A curtain of autumnal yellow hair hangs in front of her face. As you draw near, she lifts her chin and looks at you with shifting hazel eyes.
Greetings, Estremor. You are among the Ovates of the Golden Grove.
They brighten from dull brown to vivid green. Her voice is as soft as a breeze sighing through the trees. Barath has sent me to end your life. It has continued for too long. And you are...
High Ovate. An ancient elm among poles and saplings. We have taken root in the same soil, and the others grow in my shade. Their roots nourish my soil. My branches give them shelter. Together, we grow.
Her eyes pulse with a deep, summery green. Your essence churns like an eddy in the stream, Estremor. Speak the questions on your soul. I'd like to know more about the Ovates of the Golden Grove.
Like the leaves of a tree, we are many sharing one source, one purpose. Living or dying, we nourish one another. The truths of the soul and of the body are written on every blade of grass and sung by every creature under the sun. We learn these truths and sing them back.
Ours is not the song of the gods, but of Weritha. This is why many of our number study the discourse of herbs and inhabit the skins of beasts. You're druids. Are you familiar with the ethic no? A wrinkle of distaste curls her lip. A swarm of maggots on a dead songbird. Worms hollowing a mighty spruce. They celebrate the withering of life rather than its budding. They seize strength from others instead of accepting what Weritha freely gives. Her eyes dim to a blackish brown. They take pride in their independence from the gods, yet their leaders demand on even greater sacrifice, death for life, strength from the spent essence of their petitioners. The ethic null offer another kind of servitude, and one to kith whose souls have long since rotted. I wouldn't really know. The ethic null should save lives, not end them. They merely see the world the way it is, not the way they want it to be. Don't be so naive. If they find power that way, why not? I wouldn't really know. Your answer is driftwood in the rapids, fair enough to cling to for a time, but eventually you must choose a firmer position. Speak plainly, will you? She gives you a mischievous half-grin, while her eyes fade to gray. The words on my lips are the language of the stream-cleaving stones and the wind-guiding seeds. If you do not understand, it is because the tongues of Kith have deafened you. Okay? Barath has sent me to end your life. It has continued for too long.
And counted on your silent acceptance of such commands, no doubt. What is a god that his voice should carry so far? And what are you that you should so eagerly
I'm a
obey?
priest.
The gods only have dominion over what we seed. and you would cede matters of life and death to them.
Her mirthless laughter sounds like water breaking on rocks. It's that or trust your neighbors. If you had my neighbors, you might think twice about that. Are you any different? You've extended your life beyond its natural span. Through work and wisdom, the greater the tree, the more fruit it may yield. She nods at the ovates gathered in the clearing. They are vines climbing an ancient elm into the sunlight. My growth sustains them. Should our harmony fall prey to a god's jealousy? We should not be slaves to the whims of the gods, but I find it hard to see what her followers gain from this arrangement. Your growth stunts theirs. They learn nothing apart from you. If this is what you demand of the other ovates, you're no different from the ethic null or the gods. Yep, let's go with that one. A storm of protest brews behind her color-shifting eyes. She says nothing for several seconds, but you see the fury slowly drain from her face as her eyes fade to the brown of dead leaves. Finally, Arona lowers her head. Your words carry truth and shame. It was never my desire to diminish my followers, but I can see where perhaps my roots left no room for them to grow. Very well. If my season has ended, then let me pass with it. As she closes her eyes, the warmth and color drain from her body. Her breathing slows, her ashen skin stiffening with dull patina? When the last sigh that leaves her lungs. Cracks carve their way across her flesh, dividing it into hardened ridges. Within seconds, Arona has petrified, her dark encrusted face turned toward the ovates below the dais. I didn't have to fight her. Benched. What a way to go. And now she's going to be there forever. Or at least, until she erodes, I suppose. Cool. Alright, so we're done with that one. Didn't even have to fight anybody. So now we head back home. We've got things to do. We've still got companion quests to do, too. Okay. So... Defiance Bay. Here we go. Back to Copper Lane. 18 hours. Security reports that Drakes will attack the stronghold in 6 days. Oh no, I'm surprised that we have not gotten more of those. Okay, we'll be able to make it there in time. Probably. Oh hey, they're no longer protesting out here. And there's that. Has that always been there? So Gandhi doesn't want to talk to us. I was reminded that she might want to in the loading screen, but doesn't look like she wants to. Okay, fair enough, I suppose. Alright, to the dozens. Actually, the city seems pretty nice right now. Even the most daring of adventurers must keep up their strength. True. I wonder if the merchant here can fix my blade too. I don't know. Do I need to do that before I go against the Crucible? I don't even know what's happening. Are the Crucible Knights even still in existence? I expected there to be, like, I don't know, somebody to greet me at the gates or something. Perhaps. I don't know. Who's the Duke? What's going on in this city? Swyneth. Who were you again? Oh, I remember you. You made it back. My hero of the North Weald. Swyneth sings as you approach. The expedition would never have made it home without you. Thank you, Klesia. We will not forget your valiant efforts. Good. Scars cover Winnen's arms, and he sports a purpling eye, but the grin on his face is nothing short of triumphant. Finally, we all see what those animancers and their lackeys in the Crucible Keep are really up to. It was only a matter of time. What was your part in the riots? Uniting the city against the knights, of course. They made their intentions clear when their pet animancers assassinated the Duke. He shakes his head. A lot of blood in the streets. Shame to lose so many good men and women, but we had to act. Wooden casually nods your way. His eyes continue to float from mercenary to mercenary as he speaks. What else did you need? I was expecting more, actually. Maybe you have something? Were all these people here before? I do not remember examining all their souls. You survived it, eh? Good. Got too close to the fires myself. A bright burn mark on his right arm oozes pus. Still, it is a better emblem than anything those knights wear. Okay. I was expecting there to be more, something to do. What a mess outside, she shakes her head. Still, I can't pretend it isn't good for business. Is there a mess outside? It looked kind of clean outside, actually. Maybe Copper Lane just fared better than other zones. We'll make a quick, just like foray into the other zones, see if there's anything new. Talk to some of the players in the game, see if the Crucible Knights are there. Otherwise, I guess there's nothing left to do in Defiance Bay. I thought there'd be more to do with the dozens, but I guess not. So let's just go up here. I guess the riots that we saw anyway didn't make it to Copper Lane. It was mostly the first fires and Brackenberry that we saw up in flames. I had assumed it went to all of the city, but maybe not. Let's see if the Crucible Keep thing is still there, or if it's blocked off or something. It'd be kind of strange that the Crucible Knights are still just hanging out. Nothing's changed. I guess we'll check out the keep up here too. So many loading screens. I wouldn't mind the loading screens if I wasn't recording, but I ran out of things to say. I guess I could read the little tips. Hey Sidley, how you doing? I can't believe the mob left this place in one piece. With Duke Avar gone, we've got our work cut out for us. Yeah, you do. Guess that's it. Did we hear if Duke Avar had a son? Or a daughter? Or an heir of any sort? Nobody's talking about it, so I don't know. It seems like it should be a big deal. I don't know how I like this. Defiance Bay doesn't seem like it's changed a whole lot.
I've traveled thousands of miles on Valian trading ships, but never seen the shores of Nasita. How did you find your way on your own, Segama?
Well, it has taken 5 years, but Itamak never wants to ask for directions.
Perhaps you should take over as navigator in the future.
Like I always say, blame it on the fox.
The gathered Earls promise swift return to order as we recover from these tragic events. So I guess the Earls... I'm guessing you didn't have an heir then. The Earls are taking power. Alright, well... I mean, we can still go into Crucible Keep. Alright, you're still here.
Hey.
Watch your step in there today. Every man and woman in there is mourning fallen comrades, and some of them are just looking for an excuse. Okay.
All right, then.
I mean, you're still here. You're still here. I don't understand. Do those blockheads really mean to take over patrolling an entire city? Her gaze is distant and empty. That wasn't even a battle. It was a slaughter. Well, you guys actually seem to come out of it kind of okay, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, your leader's still alive. Our city has fallen. Our city failed. Wait. Our city falling down around our heads, and those damned fools from the dozens attack us in the streets. I'd like to hang every last one of them. I've decided I want to help your cause. What do you need me to do? I don't want to help. No. No. Where's the consequence of helping the dozens? Doesn't seem like anything's changed. Besides, like, some dialogue. Some brief dialogue. I guess it's okay. I mean...
I'm a forgeman. We were all smiths.
Okay. Alright, well, I guess nothing's really changed. People were just sad because some off-screen NPCs died, I guess. I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I think they could have done better there. I feel like the Crucible Knights had, like, more events that happened after the riots, but... maybe I'm misremembering that. I don't know. Alright, well. I guess we can see if the Animancers... If that place has changed, the Sanitarium. Maybe they just drove off the Animancers and the Crucible Knights are still there. I mean, if the Animancers is there too, then it's like, what was the point of the riot? Like, what did we do? Obviously, Lady Webb's... okay, there we go. It is gone. Alright, so there's a consequence. There we go. That's good enough, I suppose. Okay. Let's take a look at our journal here. So, Council of Stars, and this, we know what we have to do for that. We got a Servant of Death. Return to Berath. Okay, alright. Champion of Berath. Return to Radric's Hold and find your challenger, so we need to do that. Dream and Memory is the grieving mother. We need to talk to her. A Farmer's Plight. Return to Rumbold and Deerford Village. Right, we can't do that one. It's glitched or something. True to Form. Find a druid who knows more about the Autumn Stalger. We should have been... maybe he needs to be in our party when we do that. So we need to take him to Twin Elms with us. Battle for Yenwood. We need to do that. Master Below, we need to do that. And Trial of Durance, we need to talk to Durance more. And we got Songs of the Wild. Find and capture 3 rare songbirds. We found one of them. Stalwart. Cadnua. Blade of the Endless Path. Find more pieces. Okay. I guess it's time for a return to Cadnua. 22 hours. We'll turn in... I think we'll turn in the bounty, and then I'm going to take a little bit of a break. And then I'll be right back after that. And, I don't know, maybe it's time for the Master Below and Battle of Yenwood. Those kinds of things. I'll probably look at where the last piece of the sword is that we need.
I must say, I'm impressed.
Hireling payday. Whoop, whoop. We've got... oh, yeah, we have a battle to do, too. And apparently this guy wants to sell me some boots. I'll take them. Alright, so we need to go up here. So we got a little bug with the scroll on the top left there. But this bounty might level up the other 2 to max level, which would be cool. Yeah, got a little bug. I might reload the game during my break. Oh, no, there it goes. Loading screen to the rescue. Smaller and faster weapons tend to have a lower interrupt rating, but attack with higher frequency. Oh, no, it's back. Damn it.
Hail and well met.
Here they claim the bounty for Nalrind the Wise. Good. Yep, it sounds like somebody leveled up. Woo, smells as bad as he looks. Good work. Here's the bounty. Anything else? Any more bounties? Found a few new offers. Let's see what I have here. Okay, we got more. A couple of big names on here. This time around, there's Daroth Grimalt, the Vampire, and the Priest of the Crucible Knights. And this Priest the Crucible Knights are after. Also have a bounty here for the Green Death. And this last one's from the Glam Phantoms at Ibril's well. Seems they're after a looter. Tell me about Dareth Grimalt. Dareth Grimalt, some kind of rabble-rouser, fancies himself a visionary. Thing is, they've tried killing him before. It didn't stick. Now this vampire set up some kind of cult in the catacombs beneath the Copper Lane district in Defiance Bay. The Ducal Palace wants him removed. Permanently. What's this about a priest? Thorfinn, a high priest of the Scattered God, has been desecrating grave sites all over Deerwood. No idea what he's looking for, but he and his men killed a squad of Crucible Knights sent to stop him, and now they want him dead. The last known sighting was in the Eastern Wood. What's the Green Death? Some alchemist in Mercy Vale wants the head of Glasdiel the Troll, also known as the Green Death. The fellow didn't say what he wanted it for, only that he's willing to pay very well. If that suits you, I suggest you look for Glasdiel and Rymrgand. I don't know where that is. Who are the Glam Phantoms after? Songsmith Roska, a Norwich chanter. She and her associates have been looting within ruins, and the Glam Phantoms at Ibril's Well want her to pay for her crimes, and they'll pay us to see it done. Roska has a camp outside of Cleaban Relag. Alright, farewell. And Sagani has leveled up, and we got more bounties. So more to do. Alright, Sagani. So you can get that last point in survival, and might as well get some lore for all your travels. And for this, we would want to get Aspirant's Mark, maybe. You think that would stack with her Hunter's Mark? What do you have in here? You already have Marksman. I could get you Beast Slayer, right? That would make sense for her. Let's get that. Okay. And Kana's the last one that needs to be leveled up, right? He's still a little bit away from leveling up. Let's leave. Alright. I will be right back.